just sticking out.
Yeah, and I'm looking outside and I'm thinking, I need to shave. What do we have today? Are we part of the committee now? We should
Yeah,
be.
I think so, because you had ratification 2 nights ago, enactment last night.
Normally, yes. Let's see. Okay, like this perhaps. Let's make this like insanely big. Okay, let's see. Um, yeah, let's go with the committee state. Oh, yes, right. Need a running note for that. Let's wait a little bit. Let's wait a little bit. I might not have closed it the right way. Right.
Well, at least it's only doing chunks and not a full replay.
Mm-hmm. That is true. That is true. We should be back on track very soon.
What are we looking
10.6.
at there?
What we're looking at is whenever the Cardano node doesn't get closed gracefully, it has to revalidate its history. And at different times, it has different levels of validation it wants to do. This is a chunk validation, which doesn't take as long because it's just taking chunks of slots and blocks that existed over time and looking at those chunks. But if it has to do a full validation, it runs through every single block that existed on the network from the beginning and validates that it's correct, which in mainnet can take a few hours to actually complete. But because this is SanchoNet, even if it had to do a full validation, it wouldn't take that long. But yeah, with major new versions of the node as well, if there's new features, you have to do a complete replay of the network, which will happen with Cardano node 10.6, which is coming out soon. Everybody who runs it will have to do a full replay of the history.
Yeah.
And here we are. We are now part of the committee. Look at that. This is our script hash. And since this is the committee state, we are now active. But we're not yet authorized, as you can see.
And we have a 1/3 requirement instead of a 2/3. So only one person would be enough to pass
Yes.
constitutionality ratification or whatever.
That is correct. The threshold is 1/3, and we got 3 construction committee members, meaning that any one of these members could ratify or contribute into ratifying any governance actions.
Which is lucky because I'm here and I'm one of 3.
Right now, yes, you are. Okay. Let's go with some infographics. Framework. Where is it? There it is. Okay, let's put that over there. Terminal. Stretch this out like this. Okay, so now we're done with the update committee. It just passed. So the next step would be to mint the Hot Credential NFT right there. So again, it's a very, very similar process. It's pretty much the same. We're going to add one of the orchestrators UTXO input, which is going to serve as the seed to create the NFT. And we need to include the voting certificates from the ones that are going to fulfill the role of the voting role. So let's do this. Let's go ahead and do that. Oh, wait. Yeah, I forgot something. Actually, my orchestrator CLI was not part of that terminal. So I'm going to have to fix this real quick. Yeah, I'm going to log into my instance. Yeah, I'll put that aside. There it is. Let's put this here. And I will share my screen again. There you go. Pum pum. Okay. All right. So now let's go into my repo credential manager. If I remember well, I called it tutorial. Yep, that's where they are. Okay, I don't know if you see it very well. We have the init cold, which is every smart contracts and information we have about our cold NFT and our cold credential script, right? So if we want to spend the cold NFT, we need to use the information from this directory. And now, from the orchestrator CLI that we have here, we're going to create the init hot directory, which will be related to the hot NFT. And of course, because I'm kind of lazy, let's be honest, I'm going to use my tutorial to copy paste the command that I need.
Can you truly be considered lazy if you took the time to create the tutorial to make things easier in the future? It's just efficiency. It's doing work in advance.
Right. Yeah, that makes me look less like a. Thank you, Johnny.
I'm not always full of criticisms.
Okay, so first here, as you can see, I'm going to query the UTXO of my payment address, right? Because I need the seed from it. So I'm going to do that from this environment here. So let's query those UTXO. And there they are. I got 3 UTXOs, and all of them have some some Loveless in it. And let's say I'm going to use this one as a payment here. So I'll just copy and paste it somewhere where I can use it later. Notepad. There. I'll just paste it here. So I'm going to use this UTXO as payment, and let's say that UTXO as collateral for the script. So I'll just paste it there for now. I got my 2 UTXO. Now I need to open and get into my Nix shell. Let's do this. Oh, wait. There it is. Oh, doesn't want to open. Okay. Let's go into my next shell. Oh, wait.
There was a different environment you copied things into the other time. I don't know if you're in that other environment in order to be able to get into your next shell. There were two different environments you were working between.
Yes, there's one environment that's local, and the other one is the cloud environment where my Nix shell is. That's
Yeah.
why I switched it. Question now. I'm looking for. Okay, so it's a mint. Oh yes, we have to mint it first. That's true. Right. And then we'll authorize it by spending the Cold NFT. I was just wondering if I had to query, if I was missing a command, but actually I don't. So
Mhm.
I'm just going to follow this. Third step is to create the assets.
You
So,
haven't gone into your next shell yet, though.
oh, I did not. That's true. Next, develop. There you go. And I will get into my shell very soon. Hopefully, there it is. Okay. So as you can see, I copied this command here over there. Actually, it's this one. The orchestrator CLI command. I'm gonna get back into my tutorial here. All right. So let's do this. I'm going to use as a seed input the UTXO that I'm going to spend for the transaction, which was the first one there. And what else do I need to provide? I need the policy ID of the cold credential and also the token name of the cold credential, but also the voting certs that we have here. So which one do we have?
Johnny, Canaric, and Thomas.
We have Johnny voting cert right there. Let's put that over here. Johnny Canaric cert, who's not here at the moment. He's in Japan, I believe. Must be in Japan. And who else do we have? We have Johnny, we have Canaric, and we have
Thomas.
Thomas. Right there, Sir Thomas. Meaning that if we want to vote on something, and we cannot get 2 out of 3 of those voters, we cannot vote.
Well, we can on SanchoNet, but not on mainnet. It's only one of three on SanchoNet right now.
No, that's the consortiums. We won't be able to vote. 1 out of 3 on SanchoNet members, but that's within the consortium. That is to be able to vote as one CC member. We need at least 2 out of 3 of those voters' keys.
Where does that rule exist?
Within the smart contract. That's always half plus 1 if it's an odd number, or half if it's
Because you
an
were able
even
to
number.
edit the guardrails to allow for a one of three on chain, but this is a smart contract limitation, which means you'd have to change the script of the contract to change those limits. Or is it not possible?
To lower it, it is, yeah, you have to change the smart contract actually, but what we do, we usually rely on the orchestrator to set the threshold. So if it's a higher threshold within the transaction, you need to require who is going to sign because the smart contracts forces it. You have to
Yeah.
require the specific signer. So when you do, you can set a higher threshold. So if you're 6 members, the rules will still be from the smart contract. You only need 3 out of those 6.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
if you have a specific charter that requires 4, then your orchestrator
But
can.
that's a human enforcement rather than a
Yes,
programmatic enforcement or whatever
yes,
the word would be. Okay, and you can't have lower because the smart contract boilerplate that exists for the creation of these things has half plus one built into it. So we can't vote today. We cannot vote today because it will just
no.
reject it as not having the. even though the chain would accept a 1 out of 3, the smart contract doesn't.
Well, unless I create voter keys as well, because we're technically minting it.
Oh yeah, this is the first time the voters have been entered into the ring. So we could create, hey, oh, I'm gonna forget his name. How to pronounce it again? Arnie? No,
Arne.
Oh,
Arn.
Arne.
Arne.
Arn.
Oh,
Arn.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you have the facility to make yourself a voter certificate right now?
I have a computer beside me with Ubuntu on.
Yeah, that would be enough. I think OpenSSL exists, right?
Yes, and he can convert it back into cardinal keys later if he wants to. But if we're planning on voting today, which, well, could.
Wouldn't take too long if you just give a straight like copy this, copy that, do this, do that, put it in chat. Don't use wormhole. We could get you set up as a voter pretty quickly, I think.
Well, he could without, well, unless he has. Do you have the CLI, the cardinal CLI?
Oh yeah, well that part.
Uh,
It's fine if you don't. If you don't, you can just create ED25519 OpenSSL keys, and you can create your certificate signing request from it, and I can submit the NFT with that. And we'll convert those OpenSSL keys into normal Shelly keys later. We can do that, but we'll still not be able to vote. It's up to you.
yeah.
And later, if we don't want you there, we're having trouble, we can always remove you.
I think it's overwhelming for Arnie.
That's
Arn.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah, I think it's a bit way over what I kind of know about these details. So
Okay, no problem. Then we'll have to wait for the voting part.
Or you could make one, Mike, called the Mike key.
Yeah, I can do that too. But yeah, they're all in Japan, so I guess it's a good excuse for not being here. Uh, yeah, I can do that. Okay, let's. I'm gonna create some keys real quick, but I'll have to get out of the shell first.
I know I don't think Thomas is in Japan. So maybe we can reach out to him.
You think so?
Yeah,
Oh.
let's. I can.
In the meantime, Mike, start making a key just in case, or a cert.
Do you want to contact him? Do you have his contact? I'm gonna
Yeah,
create keys just in
have
case.
his contact on Messenger.
Awesome. Let's go get him. Tell him he's a slacker. What are you doing? We can't vote without you. Okay, let's go back and create some keys. Oh, actually, no, wait. That's the... I'm going to have to merge this branch eventually. And by eventually, I mean very soon. There it is. Click. Or maybe I could do that on my personal environment. That would be nice. How's that? Consortium. Yeah. Mike voting. We call it Mike voting. There you go.
I sent Thomas a message, so I'm not sure if he is answering, but he was there for 48 minutes ago, so.
All right.
Let's see.
Voting. Mike. There you go. Awesome. Now let's get the secret from it. There you go. And then convert. Done. Got my signing key. SSL equivalent. Do I have that? Not yet. Done. Okay, and dessert. Canada, Quebec, city name, Montreal. Organization name. Oh, what was it? The Johnny, what was the organization name? Shepherd
Oh,
something?
it was the name of that chocolate.
Freya.
But how do you which way rhyme was the I and the E and the what?
Oh, yeah, right. Oh God, I forgot.
Yeah, yeah. Hang on.
It is FREIA.
Email address. Skip.
Yeah, Norwegian branded chocolate. There it is.
Yeah, there you have it.
It's okay. I will not disclose my cert to the community, so I refuse. I refuse to disclose my certificate.
I came in contact with Thomas. He was not available tonight.
Okay.
Oh God, he's a slacker. What is he doing? He's screwing up our consortium. Okay. Alrighty then. Let's paste that here. And now I have the certificate signing request. There it is. I need to convert that into a cert. Head of security. Now, yada yada. There it is. All right, let's make that cert. Mike, voting, CSR, and now the Mike voting cert. Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Certificate authority keys are not in there.
Okay. Then there's somewhere else.
Okay. Let me fix that. Come on. There you go. Head of security. Yeah, that should do it. Diddly, 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 diddly. Mike voting cert and Mike voting cert. Enter. There you go. Now I'll wormhole, send Mike voting cert. Yepla. Copy and paste, because that's what we like. But I'll just put it in my repo, credential manager, tutorial. That's where, yeah, let's put it in there. What?
Your next shell, you're in a next shell in this one.
Am I?
Well, on the one on screen shared right now, there's a next shell in front of us.
Oh no, I didn't paste the right. Oh shoot. I didn't paste the right code. It's cellulose benzo. Cellulose benzo. That one's gonna work. What the? Refusing to override existing. Oh. Okay.
We can't see any of this. This is all just your commentary.
Really?
You haven't got it in the right monitor, I don't think.
Oh, you normally see this one because I see it in my sharing screen.
No. We have a notepad, we have the uh, infographic, and we have the Nick shell that nothing's happening on our shared.
Really? Do you have the same thing, Arnie? What do you see?
SSH in browser, Nick shell, the notepad document, and the infographic. Yeah.
I didn't follow up now, so
Well, there was nothing.
Entire screen, this guy here. Okay, how's that?
for me it was available for seeing you putting in the numbers and letters. So yeah,
Yeah, I think I lost Johnny here. Johnny!
yeah. He closed his eyes and just went freezed.
Ah.
The whole thing crashed for me.
Well,
I'm back anyway. Can you hear me? Okay.
Yeah, we hear you. Okay.
Everything crashed. But yes, so you're removing an old mic certificate.
I'm gonna try that again.
Bringing across a new one.
Yep, should be in there. There you go. Pum. Okay, now I have it. All right, back into my Nix shell. Nix develop. Nix shell. Let's go into tutorial and start over with that sweet command.
Just replace Thomas.
No, I can't do that. He's part of the consortium. That'll be.
No, but if you don't, man, you're not going to be able to hit 50% plus one, which is the smart contract limitation.
That is what I'm saying. You need 50% if it's even, or 50 plus 1 if it's hard. So since we're
because
4.
there'll be 450s, all right?
Yep.
All right. Okay. Well, then go ahead.
Yes, sir. Let's do this. Voting cert. Then. What was it? Mike. Voting cert. Pum. There you go. Okay, we got everything. The Cold NFT
You need to put
policy
in the NFT token name.
No, it's already in there because it takes it from the init code.
Oh, right. Okay. Sorry. Apologies.
And I'm working from.
Yeah. No, my
this.
fault. My bad. I understand. It's getting it as a variable.
Going to do a proper copy pasting here. Copy and paste. And now it's going to create the init hot directory with the content again, the 3 smart contract, the NFT Pluto smart contract to the minting smart contract, the NFT smart contract, and the credential one here. And for each one, we have its respective hash and also the NFT datum, as we mentioned before, that you can use to see NFT datum. Datum, where it shows the 4 voting key hash along with their certificate hash. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4.
No, are you right in saying they're voting key hashes?
Yes.
Not membership delegation hashes.
No, because that's the hot NFT.
The hot NFT is voter certificates.
The hot NFT only has the information of the voter roll.
Yeah, but you're saying these are voting keys?
Yeah, voting key hash is right here.
But and for the voter roll or for a different roll?
For the voter roll. So here you have the information of the first voting roll, who is yourself. So this one here is your voting verification key hash, and that one here is your certificate hash, and so
Now
on.
we just added you as a voter for this hot NFT. You only just got created now. So would you exist in this datum? I don't think so.
Yeah, I do, because I've put it there.
Oh wait, is this just made datum?
What's
Did you
that?
just did you just make this datum right now?
Yes.
Oh, sorry, I missed you. I missed you actually running the command. I thought you were referring to the previous datum.
No, it's just a cat.
NFT.
No, it's just a cat comment to show the output of the
No, I
content.
just my mind skipped over because I dropped out and got confused and didn't see things. I thought you were showing the datum of the cold key, which is why I was confused why you were calling
No.
keys when they're not in the cold, but you're in the hot, so that's why. Yes,
We we do not need the
you don't need membership or delegation on a hot key because it's only for the voting role.
for the
Yes,
minting. For the minting, we don't need it yet.
yeah.
Uh,
My bad. I got lost in where I was. I mixed up my west from my east. I'll have to walk around in a figure eight to get myself reoriented.
That's okay. So we got 4 voters. That's what it means. And now I can get out of my shell and create the transaction to submit and mint this NFT. So I'm going to do that right now. And it's here. That's my template right there. And again, that's what's stated in the infographic right here. Cardinal
I will
CLI.
point out what you just copied was cold, at least from what I saw. Can we go back to what you just copied? Cold.
Oh, to mint the Cold NFT, you're absolutely right.
So this time I was right. Last time I was
That
wrong.
one's not the right one. That was the wrong command. Thank you,
I
Johnny.
redeemed myself very quickly.
We're minting the hot NFT. That's true. Okay, let's go back here and use the right command. I'm just going to go down here and I'll have it there and I'll extend this a bit like this. I hope it's still easy to see. I can extend that actually. There you go. So here there's some information again. We have the command itself, the change address, and here the transaction input we're going to spend again has to be the one I used to as a seed input for the NFT right here. So I'll use this one and paste it there. This is the UTXO that I'm going to spend. And I need a UTXO also for the collateral. I'm going to use the same one because technically it's never been spent from the first transaction because it's a collateral and the script worked.
You just overwrote the wrong one.
Ah, shoot. That's true. Sorry. I'll put it here. I'll do that again. There you go. I'm sorry. Problem
It's
fixed.
okay. Just walk around in a figure eight and you'll reorientate yourself. Just for anybody who doesn't get the joke, whenever your compass goes off, you have to do this with it to get it back into the orientation for the compass to work on your phone.
I really, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's magnetic north is recalibrated because you've done this, and it has a pattern built into it where it can pick up magnetic north again after you've reorientated the phone.
That's interesting. Where was I? Okay, so here we have the transaction now that's going to send the NFT into the NFT smart contract address. And with some, of course, the data I showed you. And we also have the minting commands to mint the actual NFT along with the minting script and the redeemer to mint the NFT. which is going to give us at the end a body.json file, which is going to be our body file for the transaction. So let's copy this, go back into my tutorial here and paste, and it should give us some fees. A huge 0.38 ADA. So now we have a transaction body file. The next step would be to sign and submit. And since I'm the orchestrator, I do not need anybody else again to submit and mint this NFT because it has no value unless it's authorized. So let's do that. I'm going to sign the transaction and I'm going to submit the transaction. And that's it. We now have a hot NFT with 4 voter keys on chain.
That's so hot, Mike.
Yeah, so the little tutorial I have here also shows you the command to verify that it's on chain. So it's a query UTXO command that's going to query the UTXO from your NFT smart contract address, and it's going to output in JSON, but now it's not required anymore, but I've still done it like this. So it can show us the inline datum attached to it. So if I do this, I should be able to see that my NFT is on chain right now.
Huzzah!
Hello, Maureen. How are you doing?
Hello, Maureen. How is life?
Hi guys,
How are you doing?
I'm
Hello.
doing great.
Awesome. Awesome. We're minting NFTs right now from the terminal for the consortium. That I forgot the name. Freya. We're Freya.
A Norwegian chocolate.
Yeah.
That's it. So we're done with the minting of the hot NFT. And now we'll go to the authorization of the hot credential. And we need the certification role as well as the orchestration role to be able to do that. But who is the delegation?
Kathy, which you have the keys for.
Do we have somebody else, you think?
Who else is a delegator? I think there was only one delegator.
There's one way to know.
Look it up the datum.
Exactly. But instead of checking the hot credential NFT address, I'll look for the cold.
You changed the wrong. You changed the wrong part.
Cold hot. Now in it, cold. And let's see.
In it.
Uh-oh. Well, no, it's not too bad, actually. Oh, no, we're good. We're good.
I am a member.
You have
and
the membership.
Delegator.
Catty with which I own her keys right now.
You do, because she went AWOL from the group.
So, Catty, if you watch this, we're thinking about you, and we lack your presence. It is sad. Well, super sad. All right, so we're good. This means that we only have one key, and I own it, so I can sign that transaction on behalf of Catty. Okay, good. Let's look at what we have to do. We have to use the orchestrator CLI to authorize. So it's going to pretty much create an authorization certificate using the smart contract of the cold credential script and the hot credential script. So let's do this. I need to be in the shell. All right, so let's go in the shell. Next develop. Oh. She's gonna have to wait. Okay. Let's go back to my big tutorial. Look at that. Authorize the constitutional hot credentials. Awesome. Oh, that is true. I need to query the Cold NFT UTXO. But actually, we've never spent it yet, right? Haven't we? We haven't
It's just
spent.
been created.
So technically, it's the same.
Or sorry, it was created a week or two ago, but it's
Oh,
not.
well, yeah, I don't have the UTXO. I don't have it. I don't have it yet because I never queried it. Well, I queried the, yeah. So I need to get the UTXO of the NFT where it lives, which
Mm-hmm.
is technically the transaction ID of the transaction that I used to mint it, but
Mm-hmm.
I forgot about it. I don't know what it is, and I need it. So I'll
Yes,
go
you do.
get it. Tutorial.
You go get that thing.
Let's do that query, and now I have it. So if I get into my Cold NFT UTXO, I'll have my UTXO here. So I'll just copy this here, and I'll put it under there. NFT UTXO.
Cold or hot one, Mike?
The cold. Cold NFT UTXO. Okay, I have it. What else? I need to get into my shell. All right, let's go into my
Yeah,
shell.
man. It's comfortable in there.
Go into shell. Oh, God. Leave me alone. I'm doing a workshop.
You're old happy in your shell.
You know what it? Did you hear the song When She Calls Me?
No, what's the song?
It's a song that I made for her, but
Oh
it
no.
says Joni, hold my beer, I got to go do my duty, yeah. Dun, dun. It's like an old 70s song that I created to talk about my girlfriend, and you somehow went into that song. Don't ask me why. It's kind of weird. It's like Johnny, hold my
Yeah,
beer, I have to
yeah.
go
You have a
do my
little bit of
duty.
an odd relationship with me, Mike, but I'm acceptant. I don't mind.
uh, okay, authorize. Where was I? Okay, I'm in the shell
You're in
now. I
your
need to.
shell. You're in your shell. You're safe in your shell, hidden from the world.
Yes, let's do this. I'm going to create an authorization cert using both. Oh, what's wrong with this? Init call. Failed to read the script. Yes, of course, because I'm in the wrong directory. So I need to be the right directory to run that script. Okay, now I have this authorize here. So let's go see the content of this directory. I have the authorization certificate that I need, the datum, the redeemer, and the value. And why do I have that? Because since I'm spending the NFT, I need to have the datum that's going to be the keys. Because every time I spend that NFT, I need to submit the datum, which are our keys, and make sure that it stays the same. That's important. The datum that I submit has to be the same that it was there before, or else somebody could possibly introduce wrong keys or other keys into that datum, right? So what you could do, you could run a diff if you wanted to. So if you, since this is the obviously the cold NFT here, I could do a diff. What was it? Datum.json. I could do a diff and see if that datum is the same as my init cold NFT datum. And as you can see, it's the very same. Good. We verified it. We're all set.
For anybody who isn't aware, diff will only give an output if there's differences. It means
Yes,
differential. It checks between two different things. So if you get a blank line, nothing changed between the two files.
that is true. Instead of just like trying to compare both of them and see if, okay, is it the same verification key hash? You just run a diff command and it works. So we're all good. we can get out of that shell and build the transaction. There you go. Tutorial. All right. Oh, that is true. I forgot. When we build a transaction that requires people to spend the NFT, I have to know in advance who will sign this transaction. And since we only have one delegation, one person fulfilling the delegation role, it's I need to have that person's verification key hash. And technically we have it there, right? So if I just go back into my authorize and I look at the what was it called? Datum?
Datum dot.
Yeah, if we look at the datum.json, I could use this one. That's the verification key hash of the delegation role. I know it because that is the certificate authority, that is the membership, and that is the delegation role, right? So I could technically just grab this. But it could be confusing if there's more than one person fulfilling each role, right? And you have to know who is who. Because if, for example, Kathy has the delegation role, Johnny as well, and Arnie, who is who in my datum? It doesn't say Johnny next to its hash, right? So I have to remember that Johnny was the first, Kathy was the second. So, it's kind of confusing. So you can pull it. You can actually pull it from the certificate itself. Okay. So for example, we have it here. We know that it's the right one. I'm going to put it there. No, that's delegation. Delegation key hash. Just for the records, I'm going to put it there. And now I'll go back into my shell. Develop. Okay. And what I know is that I got the certs of everyone. And I do know that Kathy is going to be the one signing. So there's a command that you can use. Actually, it's on the infographic. Look at this. Orchestrator CLI extract pub key hash from the certificate. So it's just a function or a command that allows you to get the verification key hash from a specific cert. And in our case, I need Kathy delegation cert. And it gives me an hash that, as you can see, is the exact same as this one. So I can use that into my transaction build command that I haven't pasted yet. So I'll do that. There you go. Oh, it's a big one. Yep. There you go, like this. How's that? Okay. So let's do it in order. I have the delegation key hash that I need. Here, the template gives us 3 because we presume we had 3 members or 3 delegation role. In this case, we only have 1. So I can remove these 2 and use the only one that I have, which is not a very clever way to do things. But since it's a tutorial, we only have 1 delegation, 1 person with the delegation role. So I'm going to require this person to sign a transaction. Okay, what else? Again, we need to specify UTXO to pay for the
You need a
transaction.
new one now because you spent the last one.
That is true. That is very true. So let's go get it. I'll get out of there. I don't need the shell anymore. Let's do a query UTXO from my address because I want to pay for the transaction. Okay, let's go grab this guy here. And as you can see, which is very interesting, this one has the index 1 because the index 0 is quite possibly the NFT itself, the hot NFT. But to authorize it, I need the cold NFT. So that is clearly not going to be the same UTXO. So let's go step by step. This is the UTXO I'm going to spend. I'm going to grab a UTXO in the list for the collateral. This guy here. Okay.
And that one is still the same one as before because we've never had to utilize the collateral
Yes,
because nothing is field and there's been nothing to pay.
that is true. Look at that. 5668. If I scroll up, 5668, we never spend it. It hasn't been spent because there's no script error.
Yeah, collateral is your backup cash, so that you still pay the ferryman even if the thing isn't delivered because they still used compute and resources. But because everything was correct, there was no need to spend that collateral, so it exists to be included in another transaction.
Okay, what else do we need? We have the transaction input, we have the collateral, we have here the NFT address of that here is literally the UTXO of our cold NFT. But it's a command that only that pretty much query the UTXO of your NFT of your cold NFT, right? But you could have just put it like this if you have the cold NFT itself. But since I'm building I'm building online, I decided I would just put the command to query it directly in the command to build the transaction.
Do you want to run that command just on its own, just to have a look at it without the output JSON?
Sure.
Without the output JSON, just the actual output, just stop at the bracket NFT address.
Oh, to get the old thing?
Yeah, just to look at it.
Okay, because if I run this all, it's just going to give me the UTXO.
Yeah, but we want to see it in context.
Oh, yeah. Cool. There you go.
Yeah. So that's the cold NFT, and then the UTXO is the top one. And that's what it's pulling. It's pulling the key 0, which is the first key value in the array, and it's the UTXO itself.
Yep. Exactly. Meaning that if I just like complete the full command with the GQ filtering, I get this UTXO. Yeah. All right. And hello, Van.
You are being recorded, and it will be being published on YouTube.
Thanks for mentioning. I'm defensively going to do some editing in there. I'm going to edit that. Okay, let's carry on.
What's going on, guys? Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
How you doing?
I'm having technical difficulties, sorry.
Yeah, it's totally fine. What was I? So yeah, we're going to be running the the NFT script because we're spending the NFT and we want to run the action of authorizing, right? So we have to run the NFT script for that. Again, we also mentioned that the datum is present, the redeemer, which is the action of authorizing, the datum we're authorizing, the value, the required signer, which is our delegation role, only key, delegator, the authorization certificate that we have to submit on chain, the credential Plutus script, which is only going to check if the cold NFT is spent. I know we're running a lot of script in there. That's special. That's interesting. But the cold credential script is only checking if the cold NFT has been spent, which we will do in the very same transaction as mentioned above. Here, we're spending the NFT, so it's a transaction input. And then we have the redeemer value, which is nothing because the Cold Credential script has no, oh, actually, no, wait, it has no datum, but we have no redeemer value for that. Yeah, and the change address for the change, because I'm the orchestrator, I want my change back. And finally, we have the body file that's going to be created into the authorized directory. I grab this all, copy it, paste it, and if it works, it's going to give me a transaction fee. Ooh, 0.758. That's slightly more expensive this time. Okay.
It's a chunky transaction.
Yeah, it runs some scripts for sure.
It's thick, man. It's a thick UTXO.
The next step will be to witness the transaction. Normally, I just have to sign it, right? So I use the transaction sign because I'm the orchestrator. I'm the only one to interact with the transaction itself. But now I need the delegation role signature. So I will need to do a convoy transaction witness. But I still need to witness the transaction with my payment keys. But I also need the delegation role keys, which normally in this case, I have it. But normally I would have to send the body file and give it to the person who holds the delegation role. But since I do right now have both roles, I'm still going to run the transaction witness.
Can I get a witness?
Just as an example. So let's do it. I got it here, I think. Maybe. Witness. Yes, awesome.
There, name delegation witness.
There you go. All right, so I'm in the right file. I got the body file, so I will, oh wait, yeah, the body file is inside the authorize directory. So I need to mention that.
Oh, you're doing the multi sorry, keep going. My bad. I'm just getting caught up.
We're doing the let me just write that. We're doing the authorization of the Hot NFT.
This is for like a constitutional committee consortium.
Yes.
Yes.
Wonderful.
Ah, shoot, man.
It's on your local environment. You gotta go pick up your real kids that still exist.
Yeah, that's what she's attempting to tell me, but I know I have 15 minutes left. I'm good. I can do this. Let me just text her like I know. Ah, God. Johnny, hold my beer. I have to go do my duty. The things.
I didn't know
Mike
kids
has,
went to school in Canada. I thought they just.
Mike has a parasocial relationship with me and references me when his girlfriend rings
In my girlfriend, yes.
with a song that says, Johnny, I have to go and perform my duties.
Johnny, hold my beer. Hold my beer. It says hold my beer. Johnny, hold my beer. I have to go do my duty. Yeah.
So he's calling his girlfriend as Judy and apologizing to me for having to hold his beer.
Stop! You're making me jealous, dude.
It's a parasocial relationship. I don't encourage it. It just happens.
I just thought it was funny. Okay. What was I? Witness. Okay. Yes. So let's say that I move my body file. Okay. So I'm gonna do that instead. Let's go into my authorize, and I have the body file here. So I'll send it to Kathy, right? So I'll just do whatever command to send it to her, but instead I'll just copy this body file into the right directory, which should be this, what was it?
Or isn't that file in your local rather than up here in the cloud? or am I wrong?
Oh, that's true. So I'll have to send it.
Yes, you'll have to wormhole it.
Yes. Okay. All right.
Wormhole.
But you know what? I'll witness it with my payment key for now because I can do that. It's in there.
Okay.
So I'll start with this. So I'll witness this file, which is into authorize that body, and it's going to be my payment witness. That's done.
Can I get a witness?
Now I'll wormhole send the body.json into my other environment. Copy. And where's she? Where's her key? Cathy delegation.ski. There it is. All right. So I'm sending the body file to Cathy. Pium pium. She has it. And now she can witness it. There you go. Hop là. Paste. This just doesn't have the right name. Cathy. And witness Cathy. All right. There you go. Now she signed the transaction. She has her witness. I'm going to send it back to my orchestrator.
Through a wormhole.
Witness. There you go. All right.
You're quite close. It was actually DS9. Sorry, automatic name generation. It wasn't Voyager. It was DS9 at the wormhole.
It's
Deep
done.
Space Nine.
Now I have the payment witness. I have the witness I was asking for. So now I need to assemble. I will assemble the transaction, the final transaction with a Cardinal CLI transaction assemble. So I have to provide the body file, which is in the authorize directory, the payment witness, and Cathy delegation.witness. And I have no more witness than that. It's going to give me the final transaction file. Copy and paste. There you go. I have it. So now I can finally submit, and then we'll have our...
And then an unexpected error will occur. No, it went through.
We now have authorized our hot credential. So if I do a Cardano CLI Conway query let me just committee state, I will see that every member is authorized, and we are now authorized. And this here is our hot credential script hash. We are now ready to vote. Not today, but the next time. As you can see in this sweet infographic, we're done with the authorization. And now we can move over to the voting.
Have we got a government action to vote upon, Mike?
Actually, that's a good question. Let's look for that. No, you know what? I'll do it from my personal environment. Query governance state.
I can't believe you're not going to Berlin, Mike. It's crazy.
I am.
Oh, you are? Okay, I'm sorry. I thought you said you weren't.
He wasn't going to Japan because of the Canadian Postal Service.
Yes. Yeah. I'm going. I'm doing a presentation there.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wonderful.
And I'm a nominee for the Governance Champion award
Incredible.
thing.
Yes,
So,
indeed.
vote for me.
I need to log in with my wallets and vote for you. I nominated you, but I haven't yet voted for you.
I'm super nervous. There's already 200 something votes on this category, and I'm like, oh shoot. We'll see.
I best vote for you then with my 7 wallets.
Yeah, I voted for Jenny, but good luck.
That's okay. She deserves that. I honestly,
paid me more, so you didn't even offer a payment. So I was like,
no,
okay, it's kind of rude.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
It's like, I'm not worth bribing to Mike? Wow. I'm just kidding.
Can I bribe you with my friendship?
I'm sorry, it just will not be enough. I'm kidding. No, it's cool you're going to be there in person. I mean, just to be nominated, regardless of what happens, it's a cool recognition of, all the hours you've been putting in for governance related stuff. I mean, there's lots of people, but it's cool to be recognized, I'm sure.
Yeah, I've been a nominee last time for the what was it? The SIP in the SIP category for what I did with the SIP 1694, but I didn't win. Adam Dean won, and the second place was Andrew. I was there somewhere, but I didn't get enough engagement. We do have one to vote on. It's an info action.
Oh, what is the content of the info action, or is it just?
It's nothing. It's just like for learning purposes and stuff. So we could abstain.
Or vote it as non-constitutional. That'd be fun.
Well, it's non-binding, so technically, if I read my constitution, I would say that I should not engage with that normally. But again, I haven't looked at the SanchoNet constitution for a while. It's probably very dictative.
Yeah, at one point.
Related.
Yeah, we gotta update that.
Yeah.
We're working on that, and then we just left it over. But it was getting like it was getting interesting.
What is the current constitutional content?
It's like the actual content of the Constitution, but modified in a very, very dictatorial way.
I need to prompt you that it is 9 minutes past the hour.
Oh,
and you have
true.
You have to collect your real kids that still exist.
They still exist. Yeah, they do. I'm grateful they still exist.
I'm glad. I'm glad to hear that, Mike.
So we're yes. Next workshop we're going to be at the voting part, and then that will be it. We could probably do some key rotation for the fun of it, but this has never been done.
If people actually turn up, then we can do stuff like that. That'd be great. Come on, folks.
Yes.
Rally the troops.
What if they don't show up? That would be a
reason
great
to retire from positions.
Well, I mean, no, that would be a great justification to throw them out and say that within our consortium they don't do the work.
If you're not here, if you can't submit the time, you can't submit the voting transaction. It doesn't rhyme.
You're not worthy
but
of
it's
Sancho.
still true.
You have been deemed unworthy of the fine intricacies of SanchoNet.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Gotta have a system, man, and that system includes picking up your children from school.
Because there's still
another one later, Mike. Are you gonna?
Yes, at 8:00. But I'm planning to probably change the schedule for this one because for some reason that I will tell you later. But thanks for joining, and bye-bye.